They branded me infertile when I was 18. Not literally, of course, but the diagnosis might as well have been burned into my forehead with a hot iron. Premature ovarian failure, the doctor said, his voice clinical and detached. I'm sorry, but you'll never be able to have children naturally. My name is Jade, and that moment in that sterile white room changed everything. I remember my mother's hand on my shoulder, her voice soft and comforting. It's okay, sweetheart. Some women just aren't meant to be mothers. You'll find other ways to make your life meaningful. Even then, at 18, something felt wrong about how quickly she accepted it, how easily she moved from shock to acceptance to almost relief. But I was devastated. I spent the next 15 years building my entire identity around that diagnosis. I threw myself into my career, became the aunt who spoiled everyone else's kids, dated men who already had children or didn't want them. I grieved for babies I'd never hold, nurseries I'd never decorate, first steps I'd never witness. Meanwhile, my younger sister, Sadie, glided through life like she was walking on water. 2 years younger, infinitely more beautiful, and blessed with what I'd been denied, the ability to create life. She got engaged to her college sweetheart, landed her dream job in marketing, and now, at 31, she's finally pregnant with her first child. Jade, you're so amazing for doing this. Sadie gushes into her phone as I arrange pink and gold balloons in her living room. I know planning a baby shower must be hard for you, given my barren womb, given my broken body, given my fundamental failure as a woman. It's fine, I tell her, forcing brightness into my voice. I'm happy for you. And I was, or I thought I was, until 3 weeks ago. Are you sure about the catering? My mother asks, sweeping into Sadie's pristine kitchen like she owns the place. At 58, Milena still commands attention wherever she goes. Her silver hair is perfectly styled, her makeup flawless despite the early hour. Everything's handled, Mom. Good. This needs to be perfect. Sadie deserves perfection. She pauses, studying the balloon arrangement. Maybe we should add more gold. What do you think? Before I can answer, my phone buzzes. Unknown number. Hello? Is this Jade Blair? Yes. This is Dr. Martinez from Women's Health Associates. I'm reviewing your file for your upcoming appointment, and I have some questions about your medical history. My stomach drops. What kind of questions? Well, you're listed as having premature ovarian failure, but your recent blood work doesn't support that diagnosis. Your hormone levels are completely normal. Actually, they're excellent for someone your age. The balloon I'm holding slips from my fingers and floats toward the ceiling. I'm sorry, what? I'd like you to come in as soon as possible. There seems to be some confusion in your records. My mother looks up from her phone. Who is it, honey? I end the call without answering the doctor. Just work. But my hands are shaking as I tie off another balloon. Confusion in my records? My hormone levels are normal? Jade, you look pale, Sadie says, emerging from her bedroom in a flowing maternity dress that makes her look like a goddess. Are you feeling okay? I'm fine. You work too hard. My mother chimes in. Maybe if you focused less on your career and more on finding a nice man, you'd be happier. Look at Sadie. She has everything a woman could want. Everything I was told I could never have. My best friend Lindsay arrives just as I'm about to scream. She takes one look at my face and immediately starts helping with decorations. You okay? She whispers when my mother and Sadie disappear upstairs. I don't know. What happened? I tell her about the call. Lindsay's eyes narrow. That's weird. Really weird. Maybe it's just a mistake in their system. Maybe. But she doesn't sound convinced. Jade, can I ask you something? Have you ever gotten a second opinion about your diagnosis? Why would I? The tests were clear. Were they? Or did you just trust what you were told? Before I can answer, Sadie floats back downstairs, glowing with that pregnancy radiance everyone talks about. My mother follows, beaming with pride. My beautiful daughter, she coos, adjusting Sadie's hair. You're going to be such a wonderful mother. The words hit me like a slap. Wonderful mother. The thing I'll never be. Except, what if I could be? My phone buzzes again. Dr. Martinez, I really think you should come in today if possible. There are some things we need to discuss about your fertility status. This time, I don't hang up. I'll be there in an hour. Dr. Martinez's office smells like vanilla and antiseptic. I'm gripping the arms of the chair so hard my knuckles are white. I've been practicing for 23 years, she says, spreading my file across her desk. I've never seen anything quite like this. What do you mean? She pulls out a lab report dated just last week. Your FSH levels, estradiol, AMH, everything indicates normal, healthy ovarian function. For a 33-year-old woman, these numbers are actually quite good. My mouth goes dry. But I was diagnosed with premature ovarian failure 15 years ago. That's what's puzzling me. She flips through older pages. The original diagnosis was made by Dr. Hoffman at St. Mary's, correct? Yes. He ran all the tests. Do you have copies of those original test results? No, my mother handled everything back then. I was just 18. Dr. Martinez nods slowly. I called St. Mary's this morning. Dr. Hoffman retired 8 years ago, but they still have your file. She pauses. Jade, according to their records, your hormone levels were normal then too. The room starts spinning. That's impossible. There's more. Your file shows that someone requested your records be amended in 2019. The infertility diagnosis was added as an addendum, but it wasn't part of your original test results. Amended by who? The request came from a family member listed as your emergency contact. Milena Blair. I can't breathe. My mother. I'm going to run a full fertility panel today, but based on what I'm seeing, there's no medical reason you can't conceive naturally. The drive home is a blur. I call the hospital 3 times before someone finally transfers me to medical records. Yes, we show an amendment to your file from 2019. The clerk confirms. The request was made by your mother, who was listed as your healthcare proxy at the time. What kind of amendment? I can't discuss specifics over the phone, but you're welcome to request copies of your complete medical file. I hang up and immediately call my mother. Jade, how did the shower planning go? I was thinking we should... Mom, I need to ask you something. Of course, sweetheart. Did you ever contact St. Mary's Hospital about my medical records? Long pause. Why would you ask that? Just answer me. Did you contact them in 2019? Honey, I don't remember every phone call I've made. Why are you upset? I saw a new doctor today. She says there's no evidence I'm infertile. Another pause, longer this time. Doctors make mistakes all the time. You can't get your hopes up based on one opinion. She called St. Mary's. My original test results were normal. That's ridiculous. Dr. Hoffman was very clear about your diagnosis. Then why did you have my records amended? I don't know what you're talking about. Mom, Jade, listen to me. I know this is hard, but you need to accept reality. Some women just aren't meant to be mothers. Look at everything you've accomplished instead. Your career, your independence. You're lying. Excuse me. You're lying to me. You've been lying to me for 15 years. I would never... Then explain the amendment. Explain why my records were changed in 2019. Silence. I was protecting you, she finally whispers. From what? From disappointment. From false hope. You were so young, so devastated by the idea of not having children. I thought if you accepted it early, you could build a different kind of life. My hands are shaking so hard I can barely hold the phone. You made me believe I was broken. You're not broken. You're accomplished, successful. I grieved for children I thought I'd never have. And look how strong it made you. I hang up and immediately throw my phone across the room. It hits the wall and cracks. Lindsay finds me an hour later, sitting on my kitchen floor surrounded by 15 years' worth of fertility medications and supplements. Jesus, Jade! What happened? I tell her everything. She listens without interrupting, her face growing darker with each detail. That evil bitch, she finally says. She says she was protecting me. Protecting you? She stole 15 years of your life. I pick up a bottle of expensive fertility vitamins I've been taking religiously. I made every major decision based on this lie. Every relationship, every career choice, every time I said no to something because I thought I couldn't handle the disappointment of wanting children. What are you going to do? Before I can answer, my stomach lurches. I barely make it to the bathroom before I'm violently sick. Jade? Lindsay's voice is worried. I'm kneeling on the cold tile, my whole body shaking. I think I'm going to be sick again. When was your last period? I look up at her, and we both realize the same thing at exactly the same moment. Oh my God, I whisper. The pregnancy test sits on my bathroom counter like a loaded gun. 2 pink lines, clear as day. Holy shit, Lindsay breathes. Holy actual shit. I can't speak, can't move, can't process that after 15 years of believing I was broken, there's a tiny life growing inside me. How are you feeling? Lindsay asks gently. I don't know. My voice sounds foreign. Angry, terrified, happy? I think I'm happy. You should be furious. I am, but I'm also... I touch my stomach. This is what I wanted my whole adult life. What are you going to tell Drake? Drake, my boyfriend of 8 months, who thinks he's dating a career woman who can't have kids, who's never pressured me about children because he thought it was impossible. I don't know yet. My phone buzzes. Speaking of the devil. Hey, babe. Drake's voice is warm. How's the baby shower planning going? It's complicated. Want me to come over? I can pick up Thai food. Actually, yes. We need to talk. Uh-oh. That sounds ominous. Just come over. After he hangs up, Lindsay grabs my shoulders. You have to tell him everything. About your mother, about the lie, about the baby. What if he runs? Then he's not the right guy. But Jade, you can't build a relationship on the same kind of lies your mother told you. She's right, but the thought terrifies me. Drake and I met at a work conference. He's stable, kind, successful. He knew about my supposed infertility from early on, and he never made me feel broken because of it. There's something else, I say slowly. Sadie's baby shower is in 4 days. So? My whole family will be there. All my aunts, cousins, family friends, everyone who has spent years pitying me for being the barren sister. Lindsay's eyes widen. You're thinking of telling them? I'm thinking of more than telling them. Jade, she stole 15 years from me, Lindsay. 15 years of thinking I was defective. Do you know how many relationships I sabotaged because I thought I couldn't give a man children? I know, but... Do you know how many times I watched Sadie get all the attention, all the praise, while I was just the sad, broken sister in the corner? Revenge isn't going to fix what she did. Maybe not, but it'll sure as hell make me feel better. Drake arrives an hour later with pad thai and spring rolls. He takes one look at my face and sets the food down. What's wrong? Sit down. He perches on the edge of my couch, clearly nervous. You're scaring me. I found out today that I'm not infertile. He blinks. What? The diagnosis was wrong, or rather, it was a lie. My mother had my medical records falsified. That's insane. Why would she do that? Because she's a controlling psychopath who wanted to protect me from disappointment. Drake runs his hands through his hair. Jesus! Are you okay? No, and there's more. I show him the pregnancy test. He stares at it for a long moment. You're pregnant? Yes. With my baby? Yes. He's quiet for so long I start to panic. Then he looks up at me with tears in his eyes. I know we never talked about this because we thought it wasn't possible, but Jade... I'm happy. I'm really fucking happy. Relief floods through me. Really? Really? He pulls me into his arms. But I'm also furious at your mother. What kind of person does that to their own child? The kind who's about to get exactly what she deserves. What do you mean? I tell him about the baby shower, about my plan. His expression grows more concerned with each word. Jade, think about this. Once you detonate that bomb, there's no taking it back. Good. I don't want to take it back. What about Sadie? She's innocent in all this. Is she? She spent our entire lives basking in being the perfect daughter while I was the broken one. She never once questioned why I got such a devastating diagnosis so young. That doesn't mean she knew. It doesn't mean she didn't. My phone rings. Mom. Don't answer it, Drake says, but I do. Jade, sweetheart, I've been thinking about our conversation earlier. Have you? I know you're upset, but you have to understand. I understand perfectly. You lied to me for 15 years. I was trying to protect you from a lifetime of disappointment and failed treatments. By making me believe I was fundamentally broken. You're not broken. You're successful, independent. I'm also pregnant. Dead silence. That's impossible. Apparently not. Turns out when you don't actually have premature ovarian failure, pregnancy is totally achievable. Jade, please don't do anything rash. Like what? Tell people the truth? The family doesn't need to know about this confusion. Confusion? Is that what we're calling it now? Think about Sadie. This is her special time. Sadie will be fine. She always is. I hang up and immediately turn off my phone. She knows, I tell Drake. Knows what? That I'm going to destroy her perfect little world at that baby shower. Drake looks worried. Jade, maybe we should think about this more. I've been thinking about it for 15 years without knowing it. The thinking is over. The next 3 days pass in a haze of fake smiles and careful planning. My mother calls 6 times. I don't answer. The flowers look perfect, Sadie gushes as I arrange white roses and baby's breath around her living room. You have such good taste, Jade. Thanks. She's glowing in that way pregnant women do, her hand constantly resting on her small bump. I can't believe it's finally happening, after all these years of watching you struggle with... You know. Yeah, I know. My father hovers in the corner, clearly uncomfortable with all the feminine energy. Need any help with the heavy stuff? I've got it, Dad. He nods and retreats to his newspaper. Classic Reginald. Avoid conflict at all costs. Oh, I almost forgot! Sadie pulls out her phone. Trisha sent me the cutest message about the shower. Trisha. Sadie's best friend since college and professional gossip distributor. What did she say? She's so excited to celebrate with us. She said it's about time our family had some good news after all the sadness. The sadness. My supposed infertility. She's bringing her new camera too. Wants to get professional quality photos for my baby book. Perfect. Documentation of what's about to happen. My phone buzzes. Drake. How are you holding up? Fine. Jade, I've been thinking about this all night. Are you sure you want to do this at the shower, in front of everyone? Where else? A private conversation with my mother didn't work. But think about the collateral damage. Your dad, Sadie, all your relatives. They all stood by and watched me suffer for 15 years. They all pitied the poor barren sister. That's not their fault if they didn't know. I have to go. Sadie's looking at me weird. I hang up before he can respond. Everything okay? Sadie asks. Just work stuff. You work too much. Maybe after the baby comes you can help me with babysitting. It would be good practice for when you find someone and settle down. Practice. For the children I'll never have. Maybe. My mother arrives an hour later with enough food to feed an army. She avoids eye contact with me, focusing all her attention on Sadie. My beautiful girl, she coos, adjusting Sadie's hair. You're absolutely radiant. Thanks, Mom. Jade did such an amazing job with the decorations. Yes, she's always been so helpful. The words sound forced. So selfless. I catch my father watching this exchange with an odd expression. When our eyes meet, he looks away, quickly. Dad, can you help me move this table? Sure, sweetheart. As we lift the table, he speaks quietly. Your mother's been acting strange the past few days. Nervous. Has she? She keeps muttering about protecting the family, about keeping things peaceful. He pauses. Jade, is everything all right between you two? For a moment, I consider telling him everything, but he's had 35 years to stand up to my mother, and never has. Everything's fine, Dad. But he doesn't look convinced. Trisha arrives early, camera in hand and gossip radar fully activated. Jade, you look different. Have you been working out? Not really. Well, you're glowing. Maybe it's all this baby energy rubbing off on you. She laughs at her own joke. Though, I guess that's ironic. Considering what? You know, your situation. But hey, at least you get to be the best aunt ever. I force a smile. Yeah, the best aunt. She starts snapping photos immediately. These are going to be perfect for Sadie's social media. She's been posting so much pregnancy content lately. Her engagement is through the roof. Of course it is. Sadie's perfect pregnancy for her perfect life. Oh, and Sophia's coming too, Trisha continues. She's bringing her ring light for better Instagram photos. This is going to be the most documented baby shower ever. Even better. Social media documentation. My mother corners me in the kitchen while I'm arranging fruit. Jade, please, can we talk privately? We're talking now. I mean, really talk about what you're planning. I'm not planning anything except a nice baby shower for Sadie. Don't lie to me. I know that look. You had the same expression when you were 7 and put salt in my coffee. This isn't salt in your coffee, Mom. What do you want from me? An apology? Fine. I'm sorry. I made a mistake. A mistake? You destroyed my life. I gave you a different life. A better life. Look at everything you've accomplished. Based on a lie. Based on strength. Based on resilience. Based on thinking I was broken. She grabs my arm. If you do this, if you ruin Sadie's day, I will never forgive you. Good thing I stopped caring about your forgiveness 15 years ago. She stares at me for a long moment, then walks away. An hour before the guests arrive, I'm in Sadie's bedroom wrapping my final gift. The fertility report showing my perfect hormone levels. The ultrasound photo showing a tiny blob that's going to change everything, all tucked into a beautiful pink gift bag with white tissue paper. I write the card carefully. For Sadie. Some gifts change everything. Love, Jade. Downstairs, I can hear my mother practicing her speech about family and blessings, and how proud she is of both her daughters. Both her daughters. The perfect one and the broken one. Not anymore. My phone buzzes one last time. Drake. It's not too late to change your mind. But it is. It's been too late for 15 years. The doorbell rings. The first guests are arriving. Showtime. The living room fills with the familiar faces of my extended family. Aunt Carol with her perfectly coiffed hair. Cousin Beth clutching her designer purse. Great-Aunt Margaret shuffling in with her walker. They all hug me with that special mixture of affection and pity I've grown to hate. Oh, Jade, you're such a saint for organizing this. Aunt Carol gushes. It must be so hard for you, but you're handling it with such grace. Thanks. Sophia arrives with her ring light and immediately starts setting up in the corner. This is going to be perfect for content, she announces to no one in particular. The lighting in here is actually amazing. Trisha's already snapping photos, directing people into poses. Jade, get in here with Sadie. Sister shot. I stand next to my glowing sister, her hand on her bump, my hands clasped in front of me. The perfect picture of the fertile sister and the barren one. Beautiful! Trisha clicks away. These are going to get so many likes. Lindsay arrives and immediately finds me. You sure about this? Positive. Where's the gift? I nod toward the present table, where my pink bag sits innocuously among the other packages. Right there. Jesus! I can't believe you're actually doing this. Believe it. My mother flits around the room like a nervous butterfly, making sure everything is perfect. She keeps glancing at me, her smile tight and forced. Ladies! Ladies! She calls out, clapping her hands. Let's gather around for some games. The next hour passes in a blur of baby shower activities. Guess the baby food flavors. Pin the diaper on the baby. Measure Sadie's belly with toilet paper. Everyone laughs and coos and takes photos. I play along, smile when I'm supposed to, laugh at the right moments, but my eyes keep drifting to that pink gift bag. "Time for presents," my mother announces, her voice artificially bright. Everyone settles into chairs arranged in a semicircle around Sadie, who's positioned like a queen on her throne. Sophia adjusts her ring light for optimal filming. "This is so exciting!" Sadie beams. "I can't wait to see what everyone picked out." She starts with the smaller gifts. Cute onesies from Aunt Carol, a baby monitor from Cousin Beth, soft blankets and tiny shoes, and all the accessories that come with creating new life. "Oh my God, this is adorable!" Sadie holds up a miniature outfit covered in elephants. "Thank you so much, everyone." The pile of opened gifts grows larger. Sadie's smile gets brighter. My mother's chest puffs with pride. "Jade got you something special," Trisha announces, reaching for my pink bag. She's been so secretive about it. "Trisha, wait." I start to stand, but she's already handing the bag to Sadie. "Here you go, your sister's mystery gift." Sadie looks at me with genuine affection. "You didn't have to get me anything. You've already done so much." "Just open it." The room goes quiet as she pulls out the tissue paper. Her fingers find the first item, the fertility report with my name clearly visible at the top. "What's this?" She unfolds it, scanning the medical terminology. Her face changes as she reads. "Jade, this is your medical file." "Keep going." She reaches into the bag again and pulls out the ultrasound photo. The black and white image is unmistakable, a tiny form floating in darkness. The room is dead silent now. Everyone's staring at the photo in Sadie's hands. "Is this—" Sadie's voice is barely a whisper. I stand up slowly. "I'm pregnant." Gasps echo around the room. Sophia's phone is still recording. Trisha's camera is still clicking. "But you can't." Aunt Carol starts. "Actually, I can. Turns out I was never infertile. The diagnosis was fake." My mother's face has gone completely white. "Jade, don't what, Mom? Don't tell the truth. Don't explain how you had my medical records falsified when I was 18. More gasps. Great Aunt Margaret drops her teacup. "You lied to me for 15 years. I continue, my voice getting stronger. "You made me believe I was broken, so I wouldn't compete with Sadie for attention. That's not true!" My mother protests, but her voice shakes. "Then explain the amendment to my medical file. Explain why you contacted the hospital in 2019 to add a fake infertility diagnosis." Sadie is staring at the ultrasound photo, tears streaming down her face. "You're really pregnant?" 10 weeks. "But why didn't you tell me? Why like this?" "Because I wanted everyone to know the truth at the same time. I wanted everyone who spent 15 years pitying the barren sister to know that it was all lie." "Jade, please." My father speaks up from the corner. "This isn't the time or place." "When would be the right time, Dad? When would be the right place to reveal that Mom destroyed my life with a lie?" The room erupts in chaos. Aunt Carol is demanding explanations. Cousin Beth is frantically texting someone. Great Aunt Margaret is asking what's happening because she can't hear properly. Sophia is still filming everything, her eyes wide with excitement at capturing such drama. "This is insane!" Trisha breathes, snapping photos of the medical documents. "This is absolutely insane." My mother finally finds her voice. "I was protecting you. You were so young, so fragile. I was 18. I was an adult." You would have spent years trying to get pregnant, failing, getting your heart broken over and over. That was my choice to make. Sadie suddenly stands up, the ultrasound photo still clutched in her hand. Get out! What? Get out of my house! Get out of my baby shower! Get out of my life! Sadie. You're selfish and cruel, and I never want to see you again. She throws the ultrasound photo at me. It flutters to the ground at my feet. This was supposed to be my day. She sobs. My one special day, and you ruined it. Your day? What about my 15 years? I didn't know. I didn't know about any of this. But you never questioned it, did you? You never wondered why your perfectly healthy sister suddenly couldn't have children. Because I trusted our mother. Well, that was your first mistake. The room is in complete chaos now. Half the guests are arguing with each other. The other half are trying to comfort Sadie. Sophia is still recording everything, probably already planning her viral TikTok. I pick up the ultrasound photo from the floor and head for the door. Jade, wait! Lindsay calls after me. But I don't wait. I walk out of that house, out of that perfect baby shower, out of my family's lies. Behind me, I can hear my mother crying and Sadie screaming and the sound of 15 years of deception finally crashing down. I'm sitting in my car in Sadie's driveway, hands shaking as I try to start the engine, when someone pounds on my window. Drake. Open the door, Jade. His face is furious. I've never seen him look at me like that. How did you... Lindsay called me. She said you just detonated a nuclear bomb in there. I roll down the window. I told the truth. You ambushed your pregnant sister at her own baby shower. She's not the only pregnant one here. That's not the point, and you know it. He runs his hands through his hair. Jesus Christ, Jade. I knew you were angry, but this is cruel. Cruel? You want to know what's cruel? 15 years of believing you're defective. So you decided to make everyone else suffer too? Before I can answer, Lindsay appears at my passenger door and gets in. We need to go. Now. Your mother is having some kind of breakdown in there, and Trisha's already posting videos on Instagram. Videos? Sophia filmed the whole thing. It's probably going to be all over social media within the hour. Drake steps back from the car. I can't do this, Jade. What? I can't be with someone who would do something like this. Not just to your mother, but to your sister, to your whole family. They did it to me first. That doesn't make it right. He shakes his head. I thought I knew you. I thought you were better than this. Better than what? Better than standing up for myself? Better than destroying people for revenge. He walks away without another word. I watch him get in his car and drive off. Fuck, Lindsay says quietly. Yeah. Fuck. My phone starts buzzing incessantly. Text after text after text. Aunt Carol. What you did today was unforgivable, Cousin Beth. I can't believe you would hurt Sadie like that. Unknown. Number. Saw the video. You're a psycho. Another unknown number. Your sister deserves better. They're all taking her side, I say, scrolling through the messages. What did you expect? I don't know. Maybe for someone to be angry at my mother for lying to me for 15 years. People don't like having their worldview shattered. It's easier to blame you for telling the truth than to accept that Milena is capable of something this twisted. We sit in silence for a moment, watching people stream out of Sadie's house. Most of them avoid looking at my car, but a few shoot me dirty looks. Great Aunt Margaret shuffles past with her walker, shaking her head. Disgraceful, she mutters loud enough for us to hear. At least she's consistent, Lindsay says. She's been calling everything disgraceful since 1987. Despite everything, I almost smile. My phone rings. Mom. Don't answer it, Lindsay warns, but I do. How could you? Her voice is raw from crying. How could you do this to your sister? How could you do what you did to me? I was protecting you. You were controlling me. I gave you a better life. Look at your career, your independence. Built on a foundation of lies. And now what? Now you've destroyed everything for what? Revenge. For the truth. The truth. She laughs bitterly. The truth is that you're selfish and vindictive, and you just ruined the happiest day of your sister's life. Good. Maybe now she knows how it feels. She's innocent in all this. Is she? She never once questioned my diagnosis. Never once wondered if it was strange that her perfectly healthy sister suddenly couldn't have children. She was a child when you were diagnosed. She's been an adult for 13 years. She could have asked questions. You're sick, Jade. You need help. What I need is a family that doesn't lie to me. I hang up and immediately block her number. Feel better? Lindsay asks. No, yes, I don't know. My phone buzzes with a notification. Instagram. Sophia has tagged me in a video. Oh, God, Lindsay says, looking at her own phone. It's already got 2,000 views. I watch the video. It's shaky and the audio is muffled, but you can clearly see me standing up, announcing my pregnancy and accusing my mother of falsifying medical records. The comments are brutal. Psycho sister ruins baby shower. This is why some people shouldn't have kids. Feel so bad for the pregnant sister. The mom looks devastated. What a horrible daughter. This is going viral, Lindsay says. Like, really? Viral. Another text comes in, this one from Sadie. If you ever want me or my child in your life, you'll apologize publicly and make this right. You have 24 hours. I show Lindsay the message. What are you going to do? I look back at Sadie's house. Through the window, I can see her sitting on the couch, surrounded by concerned relatives. My mother is pacing back and forth, gesturing wildly. My father is nowhere to be seen. I'm going to go home and eat ice cream and watch Netflix. That's it? That's it. What about Sadie's ultimatum? I delete the message without responding. Some bridges are meant to be burned, Lindsay. Even if it means losing your family? I start the car and pull out of the driveway. In my rearview mirror, I can see people still standing on Sadie's front lawn, talking in animated clusters. I lost my family 15 years ago, I say. I just didn't know it yet. The video has 50,000 views by morning. I know because Lindsay calls me at 7 a.m. with updates. It's on TikTok now, too. Someone screen-recorded Sophia's Instagram story and posted it with dramatic music. The comments are intense. How intense? People are picking sides. Half think you're a hero for exposing your mother's lies. Half think you're a monster for ruining your sister's shower. My doorbell rings. I peek through the window and see my father standing on my porch, looking older than I've ever seen him. Dad's here. I'll call you back. I open the door. He's holding a cup of coffee and wearing the same clothes from yesterday. Can I come in? Sure. He sits heavily on my couch, staring at his coffee. Your mother didn't come home last night. Where is she? Sadie's. They're strategizing, trying to figure out how to do damage control. Damage control? The video's everywhere, Jade. People are calling your mother's work, harassing her on Facebook. Someone found our address and posted it online. A flicker of guilt passes through me, but I push it down. That's not my fault. Isn't it? We sit in silence for a moment. Did you know? I ask. About the medical records? No, but... He sighs. I suspected something was off. What do you mean? You were so healthy, so normal. Then suddenly this devastating diagnosis out of nowhere. He looks up at me. I asked your mother about it once, years ago. She got so defensive, so angry. I dropped it. Why didn't you push? Because I'm a coward. His voice breaks slightly. I've been a coward our whole marriage. It was easier to let her handle everything than to ask hard questions. Dad. She called me this morning, screaming about how you've destroyed the family, how we need to present a united front. He shakes his head. But I can't do it anymore, Jade. I can't pretend this is your fault. My phone buzzes. Unknown number. Hello? Is this Jade? The sister from the video? Who is this? I'm a producer from Channel 7 News. We'd love to have you on our morning show to tell your side of the story. I hang up immediately. News stations? Dad asks. Apparently. The phone rings again. Different number. Jade, this is Rebecca from Good Morning America. We're doing a segment on family secrets and medical fraud. I hang up again and turn off my phone. Jesus, Dad mutters. This is really spiraling. Good. Maybe people will finally see what kind of person Mom really is. She's getting death threats, Jade. That stops me cold. What? People are calling her a monster, saying she should be in prison. Someone threw a brick through her car window last night. The guilt hits harder this time. I didn't want that. What did you want? I wanted the truth to come out. I wanted people to know what she did to me. And now they do. The question is, what happens next? Before I can answer, someone pounds on my door. Hard. Jade, open up! It's Sadie. She sounds hysterical. I open the door and she pushes past me, her face red and swollen from crying. Are you happy now? She screams. Are you fucking happy? Sadie. Mom's in the hospital. My stomach drops. What? She had a panic attack this morning. Couldn't breathe, thought she was having a heart attack. The paramedics had to sedate her. Dad stands up. Is she okay? She's stable, but the doctors want to keep her overnight for observation. Sadie turns back to me. This is your fault. All of it. She lied to me for 15 years. So you decided to destroy her life? To destroy our whole family? I told the truth. You could have told the truth privately. You could have handled this like an adult instead of staging some sick public revenge. Would you have believed me if I'd told you privately? Yes, bullshit. You would have taken her side, just like you always do. Because she's our mother. She's a liar and a manipulator. She made one mistake 15 years ago. One mistake? She's been maintaining this lie for 15 years. She had my medical records falsified in 2019. Sadie's face crumples. I don't care. I don't care what she did. What you did yesterday was worse. How is telling the truth worse than lying? Because you did it to hurt people. She lied to protect you. She lied to control me. And now what? Now our family is destroyed. Mom's in the hospital, and you're probably going to be famous for being the psycho sister who ruined her own family. She's right about that last part. My phone has been buzzing non-stop with calls from reporters, producers, and random people who've seen the video. I'm not apologizing, I say quietly. Then you're dead to me. Sadie's voice is cold now. You're dead to all of us. She storms out, slamming the door behind her. Dad and I sit in silence for a long moment. She's right about one thing, he finally says. The family is destroyed. It was already destroyed. I just made it visible. Maybe. But Jade, your mother's not a monster. She's flawed, controlling, manipulative sometimes. But she's not evil. She stole 15 years of my life, and now you've stolen her reputation, her peace of mind, maybe her health. He stands up. I'm not saying what she did was right, but what you did. There's no coming back from this. After he leaves, I sit alone in my living room, one hand on my still flat stomach. My phone buzzes with a text from an unknown number. Saw the video. You're my hero. My mother lied to me about my father for 20 years. Sometimes the truth is the only justice we get. Then another. You're brave for standing up to your family. Don't let them gaslight you. And another. Ignore the haters. Your mother is a narcissist and you exposed her. Good for you. For every message calling me a monster, there's one calling me brave. I turn my phone back off and close my eyes. The truth is out. The damage is done. Now, I have to live with the consequences. 2 weeks after the baby shower from hell, I'm sitting in my OB/GYN's office, staring at another ultrasound screen when my phone rings. Don't answer it, Dr. Martinez says, adjusting the wand on my belly. You're supposed to be relaxing. But it's my father's ringtone. Dad? Jade, I need you to come to the house. Now. What's wrong? Is Mom okay? Just come, please. I find him sitting at the kitchen table with a cardboard box in front of him. He looks like he's aged 10 years in 2 weeks. What's this? I've been going through your mother's things, looking for, I don't know, answers, I guess. He opens the box. Inside are medical documents, letters, and what looks like a journal. Dad, what? She kept records, Jade, of everything. He hands me a folder. Inside are copies of my original test results from when I was 18. The real ones. Every hormone level normal. Every test showing perfect fertility. She kept the originals? Read the journal entry from that week. I flip through pages of my mother's careful handwriting until I find the date. My hands start shaking as I read. Jade got her test results today. Everything normal, as I suspected. But she's so young, so focused on boys and parties instead of her future. Sadie is more mature, more ready for the responsibilities that come with being a woman. If Jade thinks she can't have children, she'll focus on building herself up instead of throwing her life away on some boy. It's for her own good. She planned it. I whisper. Keep reading. The next entry is worse. Spoke to Dr. Hoffman today. He was reluctant at first, but I convinced him that sometimes parents have to make difficult decisions to protect their children. The amended diagnosis will be in Jade's file by tomorrow. She bribed him. Threatened to sue him for malpractice if he didn't cooperate. There's a whole correspondence here. I flip through more pages. Entry after entry documenting her manipulation. How she coached Sadie to be extra supportive of her infertile sister. How she made sure I got the best doctors who would all confirm the fake diagnosis. How she had my records updated in 2019 when she was afraid I might seek a second opinion. She destroyed my life on purpose. Yes. And she documented it like she was proud of it. I think I think she convinced herself she was doing the right thing, that she was protecting you. From what? From having choices? Dad closes the journal. From making the same mistakes she did. What mistakes? She got pregnant with you when she was 19. Had to drop out of college. Marry me before she was ready. She always said it ruined her plans. So, she decided to ruin mine instead. She thought she was giving you a better path. I stand up, pacing around the kitchen. Where is she now? Still at Sadie's. They're not speaking to me either. Good. Jade, I know you're angry. Angry? Dad, I'm beyond angry. I don't even have words for what I am. What are you going to do with this? I look at the box of evidence. 15 years of calculated deception, all documented in my mother's own handwriting. I'm going to make copies, and then I'm going to send them to everyone who called me a monster. That will destroy her completely. She destroyed me first. 2 wrongs. Don't. I hold up my hand. Don't you dare lecture me about right and wrong. You sat by and let this happen for 15 years. I didn't know. You suspected. You said so yourself. But you were too much of a coward to ask questions. He flinches like I've slapped him. You're right, he says quietly. I failed you. I failed both my daughters. Yes, you did. We sit in silence for a moment. What happens now? He asks. Now I raise my child. Alone, apparently. You don't have to be alone. I know I don't deserve it, but I'd like to be part of this baby's life. I study his face. He looks broken, genuinely remorseful. You'd have to choose sides, Dad. You can't play both teams anymore. I choose you. Even if it means losing Mom and Sadie. I already lost them. The moment I found this box, I realized I never really knew them at all. My phone buzzes. Text from Lindsay. Sadie's baby shower video just hit 1 million views. You're trending on Twitter. I show Dad the message. Fame, he says dryly. Infamy. Is it worth it? I think about the question. My family is destroyed. My relationship with Drake is over. Half the internet thinks I'm a monster. My mother is having panic attacks and my sister hates me. But for the first time in 15 years, I know the truth about myself. I know I'm not broken. I know I can have children. I know I'm not the failure my mother made me believe I was. Ask me in 18 years, I say, putting my hand on my belly. Dad reaches across the table and covers my hand with his. I'll be here to find out the answer. It's not forgiveness. It's not reconciliation. It's not a happy ending. But it's honest. And after 15 years of lies, honest is enough. My phone rings again. Another reporter, probably. I don't answer. I have more important things to do than explain myself to strangers. I have a baby to grow and a life to rebuild. And this time, I'm building it on the truth